Check out this beautiful variant color animation. This section is inspired by a beautiful code pen, which showcases a sample product with a seamless background color animation. I've taken this code and adapted it to Shopify so you can easily copy and paste it to add this to your store for free. Just follow along and you'll have this sharp section on your store in no time. I also want to point out that you can add this section to any page on your store, not just the homepage. I've been developing sections just like this on Shopify for years, and I love giving you these designs for free. If you have something you'd like to see, then like, subscribe, and drop me a comment below. I also want to announce that I'm about to create my second paid course. My existing course on Shopify theme development has been doing so well, I want to create another one. This will probably be an introductory course on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you're interested in learning the fundamentals in my new course and getting early access, then drop me a comment below or contact me on my website in the description. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, as always, I recommend starting with a duplicate theme. So to do that, just come here to this dot menu and click duplicate. All right, so I'm going to come into this and I'm going to hit edit code. And I should be able to see all of my files over here on the left-hand side. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up layout and theme.liquid here, and I'm going to add a couple of script tags. So if I come to the blog code on GitHub, I should be able to come to the variant color animation, which has all this code. I'm going to click layout, theme.liquid, and you'll see that I have all of the code right here that we need to paste in this file with the dots representing code above and below. So to do that, I'm going to come right here. I'm in the head tag right here. I'll just come right below this link and I will paste in these script and style sheet tags. So I will save that, and now I can minimize that, close that file. And I'm going to come back to my sections and I'm going to create a new section. And what did I call it? I called it, if I come back to the section code, I called this file variantanimation.liquid. But you can name it whatever you'd like. So I want it to be liquid and I'm going to hit done. Now I can come back to the code here, and it actually has this cool feature where you can just click raw and then I can literally copy every single thing. And I will come in, remove all this, and paste that in. Now, this is 300 lines of code, so I'm not going to spend too much time going through every single thing, but what I will do is try to break it down the best that I can. So at the top here, we have our styles, right? It's indicated by this style tag, and we have several things going on here, setting the font family and whatnot for this entire section, and importantly, setting the background here using this linear gradient, which I know looks pretty scary, but all I'm doing is getting these colors from the Metafields that we're going to create in a moment. And then I have the shop card, which is the actual little card with the product on it, and just lots of styles here. You'll see, again, referencing these variant Metafield colors. And then if I come down far enough, you'll see that we have our HTML here. Because of the way that the animation works, what actually ends up happening is we have this shop card section, which is kind of our background that we're actually changing. And then we have this shop card with the title and the image in it. And then we have the button here below. And then we also have this empty div class. So the reason for this and this, you'll see that there's nothing inside of these divs. But we, again, we're just reiterating that we use those to make the animation happen by setting the background. And you can investigate that more on your own if you'd like to understand it further. But then we come down to this JavaScript here, and you'll notice that we're using the liquid JavaScript tags instead of the traditional script tags like so. Which comes with a few benefits. The first being that this scopes it to this section alone, which is always very nice. What we have going on here is a few things. Now, we are using jQuery in this, which I'm not usually a fan of jQuery, but most Shopify themes and apps are already importing it anyways. So using jQuery, what we do is we use this library, this slider library, which creates all of our like our carousel things. And then what we're doing is we are grabbing the data attribute that has the colors on them. So that probably doesn't make much sense to you, but you can see here that in the figure, I'm actually setting the data color attribute with the two colors that we're going to create. So the other thing I want to point out is that we are handling a add to cart button right here. So when this is clicked, we're creating form data, and then we're going to add this to the cart, and then we're going to navigate to the cart page. If you wanted to have like a slide out drawer or something like that, you would do that right here. And instead of just navigating to the cart page, again, I can't do that for you because it depends on which theme you're using is how you update your cart. But that is something that you can definitely do. And then at the very, very bottom here, we have the schema where we just have the name. And then we only have 2 settings in this one. So we're going to have a selected product, and then we're going to have a specific title for the product. So the reason I'm not using just the default title on the product is that in some cases, if the title is too long, then it doesn't style correctly. So I want to make sure that we type in a product title that we make sure it looks good. So after I save this, we should be able to add this to our theme if we come here to customize theme, but we're missing one important thing. Now, if I come back to the code, you'll see right here, we are looking at these variants, and then we're looking at Metafields. So we're going to save these colors in the Metafields, and by doing so, we'll have access to them in our code. So what you can do is come down here to settings in your Shopify admin, and then go to custom data, and then variants. And then I created this one called variant colors. This one already existed, so ignore that. But you can, what you can do is click add definition, and I would name it like this. And then that is what your namespace and key needs to look like. It needs to match this exactly. And it's telling me it's already taken, understood, but you're gonna wanna do that. And then you're gonna select the type, and you're gonna want color, just like so. And it's gonna be list of values so that we can add 2. After you save this, now you can exit and then come to your products. And then whatever product you plan on putting in this section, what you can do is you can click into it, and then you can click into your variants here, and you'll see here at the bottom, we have our new variant here. So we can go in and add whatever 2 colors that we want to use for each variant. So I have the black, I have the gray right here, and I have the white as well. So whatever the color of the variant is, you're going to want to be the second color, and then your accent color will be the first selection. So now I can come back to my theme editor, and I'm going to add this section, and it's called Shop Card Slider. Okay, cool. So I'm going to move it. Let's move it right below the main section here. Cool. And what I will do is select this plain tea product, and then I'm going to give it a title. I'm going to call it, I'll just call it plain tea. All right, and I should be able to save. And if I come back here and preview, awesome. So we can see here's the section, and if I click, you can see that it does, in fact, use our cool animation. So this looks really good. A little bit hard to see the white, but not too bad. And yeah, this is looking really great. And if I go in and check it on mobile, I can see that it still looks really good on mobile. And when I change it, the animation occurs, all this. Okay, so this looks really great, but I also want to make sure that it works when I add this variant to cart. So if I click on the white variant and I click add to cart, we should be able to see it. Looks like I already had this one in my cart, but you can see that this was added successfully, and we'll go back and try again. We'll try adding the gray variant. Excellent. So this is working as expected. And this is not limited to the homepage, by the way. You can add this section anywhere in your theme, but this is exactly what I wanted to see. And I'm very happy with how it looks on web and mobile. So I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have something that you'd like to see, make sure that you like, subscribe, and drop me a comment and point me to that design. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.